What's up, HASfit Tribe? It's your personal trainer, Coach Kozak.
I'm Claudia, and this is a full body resistance band workout.
We'll work on building lean muscle and strength.
Today's routine requires long resistance bands.
And we recommend using bands with handles for your comfort.
If you're ready,
let's go. We are going to begin today's session with a warm-up, and our first move is going to be a step back and reach. Let's start with our feet hip width apart, our hands are at our side. I'm going to step back, bend both knees, and bring both straight arms up overhead as I gently reach overhead, alternating right and left legs, stepping back, reach. Feel that stretch throughout your shoulders, chest, back, as well as your hip flexors and quadriceps. Depending on your flexibility level and your balance ability, we'll decide exactly how far you feel comfortable reaching back. Again, this is just a warm-up move, so we're moving at a warm-up pace here, not a race. A little bend in both knees. Nice wide base in your legs will help you keep that balance. For 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, another compound upper lower body move for you, coming at you with a hamstring sweep. So I'm going to start by bringing my right straight leg forward, and on that heel, I'm going to sweep my hands overhead while I hinge at my hips. Feel that stretch in my hamstring and glutes. And as I come up, I'm going to switch legs. Now left leg straight out, hinging at those hips. Big, full range of motion circle with our arms.
And one side might be tighter than the other, and that's okay. That's why we're here.
As we're hinging at those hips and bending over, we're bringing that backside back to the wall behind us. Making sure to breathe throughout. No breath holding here. Feel that stretch, trying to get a little deeper every time on that hinge. Feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, glutes, calves, shoulders, back. For 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, one last warm-up move for you here. We're going to do a squat plus a T rotation. We're going to have our feet hip width apart, starting with a deep squat. Whatever a deep squat looks like for you, getting down as deep as you can, sitting back, keeping good balance on both your, right through your midfoot. I'm going to reach to the floor with my left hand and reach up with my right hand. Back to center and stand up. Repeat, this time with our right side, reaching to the floor with our right hand, reaching up with our left, back up. Now, if you can't reach and touch the floor, that's okay, doing the best that you can.
Sorry, went a little fast there.
Oh, it's all right. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Warming up that lower body mobility, as well as that mid-back thoracic spine mobility. In our warm-ups, we like these dynamic movements, help our mobility, as well as movements. We like to pick movements that are hitting multiple muscle groups in the same movement, very efficient. Last one here. Inhale, rotate, and exhale on the way up. I'm feeling good, ready to go. Ready,
I'm
Claudia?
ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so as we mentioned, we are going to use long resistance bands today with handles, and we do recommend having a few different resistance band levels available to you so you can switch up between heavier and lighter bands depending on the move. So for this first one, I am grabbing a heavier resistance. For the first move in our first superset, we're going to perform a move for our posterior chain. That's our back side. We're going to do an RDL plus a shrug. So I have my band here, and I'm going to actually wrap it twice around my feet. Because if I only do it once and just stand on it, the band's going to be a little too long for me here. So I'll take it and wrap it over top of my feet, and then under. Also, going to be more comfortable to wear shoes for today.
Good
Just
point.
a little pro tip there. Wouldn't want to do this one barefoot. So we should already have resistance here when standing up. Shouldn't be loose on you.
And you can always shuffle your feet if you feel more resistance on one side versus the other.
Yeah, it just depends on your height and the length of your bands. All right, compound move here, slight bend in our knees. We're going from an RDL, hinging at our hips. Back is straight till our hands are about knee level. Stand up, hips forward, and then shrug. You're going to bring your traps and shoulders to your ears. We're doing that move for 12 repetitions, doing it together. Ready, and begin. Breathe in on the way down, hips forward, shrug. That's 1. So you feel that whole backside working hamstrings, glutes, and upper back. Again, finding that right position with your bands under your feet. Takes a little bit of practice to just get them just right. Learning your strength levels as well as the resistance that your bands provide. Every brand is a little different. Again, driving those hips back behind you, similar to that hamstring sweep we did in the warm-up. Bracing at your core. Core stays tight and engaged. Head stays in line with your spine. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up.
That's 10. You have 2 more reps to go.
Everything stays tight through the move. Last one. And there's 12. All right, so that was more of a posterior movement. We're going to alternate that with the move for our upper body and our biceps with a curl plus an Arnold press. So again, depending on your upper body strength, you may want to go a little lighter, or maybe you feel comfortable using the same weight.
I'm going to go ahead and just make a quick adjustment. Thank you.
And I'm going to use, and like I said, I'm going to use actually the same. So for this one, I'm only going to use 1 foot underneath. I think Claudia was going to use 2. It just depends on the length of your bands. We want just a little bit of resistance here at the bottom. We're going to start with the curl. Palms are up. And then I'm going to press overhead while twisting my palms forward. Return. There's part 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Control the way down. We're doing 12 repetitions. Ready, and begin. Good posture throughout the move.
Exhale as you press the bands up overhead.
Palms stay up on that curl, and then they twist forward. Keep your core tight and engaged. We don't want to lose core on that one.
Nice soft bendable knees.
Each one of these repetitions is actually 2 separate moves, so very efficient here.
That's 6. You have 6 more to go.
Work on our biceps, triceps, shoulders, and even a little chest. Keep that oxygen flowing throughout.
That's
Temptation
right.
is to hold your breath. Fight against it.
Here's 10. 2 more. Ooh-wee. My shoulders are burning already.
Ooh, that's a good sign.
There's 11. 1 more.
Okay, last one. Finish strong. All right.
Nice work.
Shaking out those shoulders for a minute. That's that first time through the superset. We're going to go through that one more time. So now you know what to expect. Feel free to adjust your weight accordingly for resistance. If you want to go up in resistance, heavier band, great. If you need to drop it down, do that. We are going back to our second set of RDL plus shrugs. And again, on this one, I'm wrapping that 2 times around the bottom of my feet. Getting it right there, taking a second, make sure you got equal resistance on both sides.
Feels
There
good.
we go. Okay, I hope you're ready to go. 12 repetitions and begin. RDL, hinge at those hips. Butt goes to the wall behind you. Forward and shrug. Working those upper back muscles, those trap muscles with that shrug. So important to have a strong backside. We always like to say that the show muscles are in front, but the go muscles are in back. So this one's working those go muscles, the ones that produce power, strength, stability, and you know, who doesn't want to have a nice backside as an
Yeah, I was gonna
added
say,
bonus?
hey, your back can be show muscles back there too.
That's true, especially nowadays.
That's halfway.
Keep that back straight. When we're going down, it's almost like we're trying to touch our backside to that wall behind us. That's just a good visualization for you as you're stretching those hips back.
That's 9. Head in line with your spine and back. 10.
Last
2
2.
more.
All right, here we go. Finishing strong. All right, very
Ooh.
good.
Always with the cutest faces on those shrugs.
Oh, I know. And the shoulder presses too. We're making a lot of cute faces on this one. Hey, don't worry about your faces though. Nobody's going to see
Nah,
you at home.
I don't see you at home.
And if you need a good laugh, you can always take a second and pause our face.
No,
All
don't
right,
do
we're
that.
moving back to that second set of curl plus Arnold press. Again, adjusting your resistance accordingly. You want to up it, lower it, keep it the same. Only you know your body. Just make sure we got 12 repetitions. So on reps 10, 11, and 12, you're really starting to be challenged. That's the goal for this rep set scheme. Okay, here we go. Good posture, shoulders are back, starting with that curl. And begin, palms up. Twist as we press. Return back down. There's your first one.
Making sure that your hips are in line with your rib cage. So no booty back, but you want your pelvis nice and in line with your ribs.
And you want to keep that core braced really throughout our whole workout today. When we say bracing your core, what we're talking about is you don't want to lose core. Instead, it's really a 360-degree pressing out all around on that core, not just in front in your stomach or abs, but all the way.
That's 7.
Ooh, getting tougher here. And or at least
yeah.
it should be if you chose appropriate weight. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself on that weight. Only the 2 sets of both of these today, so make sure you're challenging yourself on these movements.
So 2 more. And last one coming up.
Feeling good. All right, and that was 12. Let's begin our next superset with a seated reverse row. So we need our bands and headed to the floor with our legs extended out straight in front of us. Probably a heavier band for this movement for most of you. I'm going to take my band and actually wrap it around my feet again, because if I don't do that, it's going to be a little too long for this move. And really the whole point of this, wrapping around is we want to make sure we have resistance through the whole exercise. That's our goal. So I'm gonna start with good posture here. My shoulders are back, my palms are facing up. That's that reverse part of the row. And now my elbows are gonna lead the way. I'm pulling back, good posture, full range of motion all the way forward, all the way back. For 12 repetitions, do it together. Let's begin. Again, good posture, keeping those shoulders up, or back I should say, and retracted, core stays engaged.
So like trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together.
Yeah, and we're letting those elbows lead the way. So we're not pulling back with the hands, but pretend like you have a string attached to those elbows. And those elbows are leading the way. It's a good way to think about it.
2 more to go.
And squeeze every time once you get to the end. Last one. And there's 12. All right, we're gonna alternate this with a move for our lower body. So we're moving back up to our feet.
I'm gonna switch bands again.
So she's going a little lighter. I'm gonna stay heavy. We're moving into a kickstand front squat. So I'm gonna take my band and place it in the middle of my left foot. I'm going to take my right foot and I'm gonna step back until my toes are about in line with my left heel on the ball of my foot. So all this lead leg is doing the work. This is just here for balance. Now I'm gonna bring those hands up into a rack position by my chin. I want to perform a kickstand, so that's the stance, front squat, bending at my, breaking at my hips, I should say. Then my knees, squatting down, good posture, back up. So that lead leg is getting about 80% of the resistance on this one. We're gonna do 8 on each side. Ready, and begin. Inhale, exhale. And again, really focus on taking the resistance off of that back leg and placing it on your lead leg.
Breaking at the hips, so you're gonna sit down on a box behind you.
Yeah, so we don't want just all knee flexion here where we're only bending at the knee. Well, that's why I say break at those hips. Hips sit back, hips and then knee.
This is actually number 8 right here, and we're gonna switch.
All right, so hands come down, and I'm gonna place that band under my right foot. Set up my left foot, I'm on the balls of the foot, hands back in rack position, and now 8 on this side, begin. Sitting back. And again, we want to drive through that midfoot. So what does that mean? We don't want to be coming forward onto the toes of our lead leg, and we don't want to be rocking back onto the heels. We're driving through the center of that foot, which is true anytime we squat.
That's 6, 2 more to go. Inhale
Inhale.
down, exhale as you come up. 1 more.
And there's 8.
Oh, goodness.
All right, feeling good.
Yeah.
Gonna give our lower body a break, moving back to our upper body for that second set of reverse rows. You decide if you want to keep the same weight or mix it up. Again, only you know your body and what's going to challenge you. But as you get used to these exercises, make sure that those last 2 to 3 repetitions of a set are challenging you. Setting it up with that double wrap around my feet.
Shoulders rolled back.
Good straight posture, palms facing up. And now 12 repetitions, let's begin. Full range of motion. Letting those elbows lead the way. This one's working our lats, that was those big back muscles under our arms, rhomboid, even those smaller scapular muscles that control our rotator cuffs. Work on our core here just to maintain this position. Again, we don't want to lose core on this one. Don't find yourself here. Here is where you need to be.
Exhale as you pull your elbows back.
Yeah, always on the hardest part of the move.
Here's number 11. You have 1 more to go.
And there's 12. All right, back to our feet. You know the drill by now. Giving our upper body a break. Gonna work that lower body. Of course, our upper body gets a little work just holding those bands in position,
For sure
don't
they do. I felt it.
That's right, working a little extra shoulder work. So I'm placing that band under the middle of my left foot. My right foot comes in line with the heel of my left. Hands are up at my chin, rack position. 8 squats on this side. Begin. Sitting back and up every time. Really make that lead leg do the work here. Getting that little back leg, only using it for balance. The best that you can. So it's about 80-20 on this one is what you're hoping for.
That's 6.
Inhale, exhale, there we go.
Last one.
And there's 8, okay.
All right.
Switching feet right into it. Make
Ooh,
sure to get that band in the middle of the foot.
Really feel this one in my quads,
Oh yeah.
which is great.
Ready, begin. Inhale. Well, Claudia went skiing yesterday and she was talking about how good her quads were feeling after that. So
Oh gosh.
I'm sure right now she's really feeling it.
I am not a pro skier, so.
So double work on the quads here.
Oh yeah.
Working
That's 4.
this one's working those quadriceps. It's that big thigh muscle in front, as well as your hamstrings and glutes.
2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Nice
Excellent.
work.
All right, next up we have a Triset. So we have 3 different exercises we're gonna rotate between. We're gonna use a little lighter weight for the first couple, and actually we're gonna do this without handles. The handles, they'll just get in the way for these. So if you can, remove your handles. If your handles aren't removable, well, that's fine, they can stay on, but
Sure.
if you're able to get them out of the way, go ahead and do so. I'm gonna take this band and just to get rid of some of the extra, I'm gonna wrap it around my hands. You could just let it hang, but nicer to not have it hanging. We're gonna do a band pull apart, starting with a slight bend in our elbows. We've got good posture here. I'm gonna pull the band apart and squeeze the middle of my back.
Woo-wee.
Notice how I keep that same elbow flexion throughout. I don't extend here, but instead I just pull apart, squeeze the middle of my back, and return. We're doing this for 12 repetitions in total. Ready, and begin. Good posture on this one. And I like to pretend on this one that there's something in the middle of your back and you're squeezing it together. Maybe there's a coin back there and you're trying to squeeze it. Just something to visualize squeezing the middle of your back as you pull these apart.
And again, you can move your hands, manipulate your hands to either increase the resistance or even decrease the resistance that you're feeling.
Yeah, it's a great point.
That's 9.
So it's working your rear deltoids, your mid-back, rhomboids, traps.
That's 11. 1 more to go.
Great one for posture as well.
Oh, my word.
Okay, feeling it. All right, next
My
up.
back.
You like those?
My back. Yes, feels good.
All right, we hope you're liking them too.
This was going to be a spicy set. I knew it when I read it.
All right.
Okay.
Spicy, I like that. Next up, we're going to do a triceps pull apart. So similar setup, but we're going to work a totally different muscle group. So now we're going to start with that same setup. We're going to pull back. Now both my elbows are at a 90-degree angle. If you see here, right? Now that's my starting position. Now I'm going to extend my arms from the elbow. I'm not using my back on this one. I'm using those triceps, that big muscle in the back of your arm for this one. 12 repetitions. So get into that starting position.
Yep.
And begin. You may require a lighter resistance or widen your hands on this one, depending on your tricep strength. Control both ends of the move. That means controlling the way back too. And yes, just maintaining this position is also going to work your shoulders.
That's 6.
So if your shoulders are catching on fire, you're not imagining it, but making sure those triceps are the ones doing the extending.
8.
And squeeze those triceps. No breath holding here.
2 more.
Working
Trust me,
together.
I'm counting down.
And last one, right? 12.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, good. All
Couldn't
right.
even talk.
So we're going to give our upper bodies a little bit of a break, and we're going to move to our lower body with a reverse lunge next. So I'm going to go back to a heavier weight with handles.
Yes.
Definitely going to want our handles for the next one. And I'm going to start by placing this band under my left foot, again in the center of that foot, so important. My feet are together. I'm going to bring my hands up into a racked position. And now I'm going to step back with my right foot, drop both knees to a 90, good posture, and come back up. We're going to do 8 repetitions on each leg. Ready, and begin. Inhale, exhale. So this one's going to keep, again, the majority of that resistance you are going to feel on that lead leg. Back leg's going to get some too. Dropping that back knee to where you feel comfortable, ideally 90 degrees or just right before it hits the floor.
2 more. Last one right here.
All right, bring hands down.
Switch it up.
Opposite foot now. Right into it, no downtime. And begin. Stepping back until both those knees are at a 90. And now if you can't quite go that far down, do the best that you can, depending on your knee mobility. This one is a great one for knee strength. So if you're known to have what people call bad knees, don't avoid this one. It might be a little uncomfortable at first, but it will strengthen those knees.
That was number 8.
Oh, okay, that's 8.
I didn't want to disturb you.
No, that's good. Please do. I don't want to do extra. Okay, that's one time through this tricep. We're gonna set our heavier band to the side.
And I am dropping my weight for the upper body portion of this
right,
set.
and so make it work for you, right? Maybe you started a little too heavy and you need to lighten it. Maybe you started too light and you weren't feeling challenged and you're like, hey, what's the big deal? Increase that resistance. So we're moving to that band pull apart next for 12 repetitions. Remember, starting with that bend in our elbows, and we're gonna maintain that same bend as we pull the band apart. Ready? Begin. Control, control, control.
I mean, you want to feel it, but you don't want to feel it at rep number 2, you know?
Right. That's why I said we're at 12 reps. Reps 10, just be feeling it. 11 and 12, you grind it out. You don't want to be grinding out rep number 2.
Oh, no.
That's too early. You're not going to make it to 12 at that case.
No, definitely not.
And
here is number 6.
And that's just the experience that comes with strength training, understanding which resistance levels are appropriate for you for every movement pattern.
Here's number 9. You should begin to feel it right now.
Oh yeah, feeling it, lighten up my back.
10. And last one right here.
And squeeze, good.
Ooh.
Okay.
Shake it out.
Shaking it out, feeling good in that upper back. It's gonna help improve that posture as we strengthen those upper back muscles, as well as creating some nice, strong, lean muscle. Next up, we're gonna do those tricep pull aparts. So very similar, if we remember, we're gonna pull back until the elbows are at a 90-degree angle.
Like this.
Yep, and we're holding them there. Now, extend at the arm, begin. Extend at the elbow, I should say. Squeeze that back of the arm every time.
Exhale.
Give that like a good 1/1000 contraction as you straighten those arms and can squeeze or contract those triceps.
There's 6.
Halfway with this one. Feeling good, working together, HASfit Tribe.
That's 9.
We know it's working. We're feeling it too.
And last one right here.
Oh, good.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's a nice little combo between the two.
I'm going to have to add those to my regular
All right, we found a
exercise routine.
we found a winner.
Man, that's a weakness point for me.
All right, we're moving back to our heavier resistance level with our handles for the reverse lunge. Remember, we're getting set up under that left foot, in the middle of the foot. Feet are together, hands are up my chin, rack position, we call this. And now we're gonna perform 8 repetitions. Ready, begin, step back, both knees to a 90. Core stays tight and engaged. Inhale, exhale, working your hamstrings, glutes, quadriceps, core, and yes, your shoulders, just to hold that resistance in place. Take your time on the way down, don't race through it.
7, one more.
Ooh, all right, I'm feeling my hammies on that one.
Oh my goodness
Hammies
gracious.
is slang for hamstring, the muscle in the back of your leg there.
Is there a slang for quads?
Quaddies? No,
Quaddies?
I don't think that. I don't think that works.
Because that's where I'm feeling it. Okay.
All right, bring them up. Ready, and begin. Again, control. Strength training is all about that time under tension. I know the temptation is to race through it, but really control, especially that lowering phase as you go down. Do not bounce that back knee off the floor.
That's 6. 2 more. Last one right here. Inhale down. Exhale up.
Excellent.
Nice work.
Excellent work out there, HASfit Tribe. You made it to the end. Way to push through. We're gonna move into a cool down next. And the purpose of our cool down is to allow our heart rates to come down slowly. We get some added mobility work in, and also it helps reduce that soreness over the next couple of days. So don't skip this part. We're gonna move into a toe touch plus chest opener. Let's move to the floor. Now we're not coming down here to take a nap, unfortunately. So we need to keep moving. Legs are out straight in front of us. We're going to reach as far as we can. That might be to your toes, might be to your ankles, shins, knees. Just reach as far as you can while keeping those legs straight. And then we're gonna sit up and pull our bent elbows back, chest opener. Like somebody's pulling bach from our chest.
Which feels so nice right now after that resistance band workout.
Yeah, I thought this one might hit the spot. Diving back down into that toe touch. Toe touch is stretching our calves, hamstrings, glutes, whole back from top to bottom.
Doing our best to keep the backs of our knees glued to the ground.
And then sit up, elbows are bent at a 90, pulling back on those hands and elbows, stretch, like somebody's behind you, pulling them back. And let's go one more. Toe touch, diving deep. Getting a little further every time on that toe touch. And pulling back again.
Oh, that's nice.
Pulling your chest away from the sternum and relax. Okay, we're gonna turn over onto all fours into a quadruped wrist stretch. So just holding onto those bands, our wrists actually, and wrist flexors and forearm flexors, got a lot of work today. So let's stretch them out a little bit here. With our fingers facing forward to start, I'm going to gently come forward and place my body weight. You decide how forward is appropriate for you, but we wanna get to about 85, 90% of what we're capable of. We don't wanna feel pain, but we wanna feel a stretch. And you're just gonna hold, we're not rocking today. Just breathe and hold, gentle stretch, and relax. Okay, now we're gonna turn our hands around so our fingers are facing us. I want you to start with them closer to your body. This is the easier way to do it, and then you can come back. Now, if you're not feeling a good stretch here, you can gently bring them out further away from the body, but that's only if you felt good from that first position. And then, again, gently pulling back.
You might need to adjust your hands a little bit just to kind of feel a good stretch.
And just 85, 90% what you're capable of. Again, just want to stretch. Don't want to pull the tendons away from the bones. For 3, 2, 1, 0. Ah, that felt nice.
Yes.
All right, now let's stretch out those quadriceps and hip flexors. We're going to come to our side for a side lying quad stretch, lying on my left side here. And I'm going to reach and grab either my right ankle or right foot. If you can't reach it, go ahead and grab a towel or one of your bands, probably because you got them available, right?
I was going to say, it's a good idea.
And you could wrap that around. Keep that knee in tight to your side. Don't allow it to flare out here, or else you're just not going to get the stretch that we're looking for. We're just holding here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, let's go ahead and turn over onto the opposite side. Same move, just rolling over, hitting that other side now. And begin. It's that time of the workout where it's important that you just take a moment to be proud of yourself or what you've achieved today. No matter what else the rest of your day brings, you can feel accomplished. You got your workout in. Check this one off your list. Mission accomplished.
That's right.
For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that is
nice
it.
work today.
Speaking of staying on track and holding yourself accountable, one of the things that we've found that helps you to accomplish that is following a complete exercise program. There's just something to be said about every day saying, hey, having a program you can go to and say, this is what I'm supposed to do today, and not having to think about it,
and then
so you can just
checking
it off the list. And we have those available for you where?
We have those available on the HASfit app, which can be downloaded to an Android or Apple device.
You can also stop by our store, pick up some HASfit gear, like a t-shirt or our diet guide, Eating for Life.
Don't forget to like us on your favorite social media channel.
Until next time, I'm Coach Kozak.
And I'm Claudia.
And we will see you at your next workout.